Hello and welcome to Screen Time. Today I'm going to be talking about something a little different. I'm not talking about a movie, I am talking about a phenomenon that has existed in our country since about 2014, if I'm not wrong. Recently, as all of you may be aware, there is this controversy that's going around for the last 2 days about um, Shah Rukh Khan and Deepika Padukone and John Abraham star a film, Pathan. And the film has come under some serious internet trolling and what is the word? Boycott. They've decided to boycott the film and boycott Bollywood as usual. I don't know. I feel like it's a tired topic at this point because it happens so often since 2014, since maybe I think PK, when Amir Khan's PK came out, and then to Padmavat, and then to, most recently Lal Singh Chadda. The right wing on the internet and the right wing populism on the internet has definitely taken precedence over the narrative about what is being said about a film. And I don't know why this has become such a frequent thing, specifically in 2022. Every film that has come out, I feel like I've heard the whole hashtag boycott Bollywood slogan being attached to it. Now, on one hand, yes, we can clear that off. It is publicity. It is a lot of, controversy is conversation. And on the internet, the more number of times you're talking about it, the better it is. The more hits, the more likes, the whatever. But it is time we address the fact that this time it is absolutely the most menial, irrational, almost borderline nonsensical type of a controversy where honestly, I don't even see the point in talking about these things anymore because it has passed our point of any sort of intellectual reasoning. The point of controversy here is a movie and a song where the song is 3 minutes and 14 seconds long, and in the last 21 seconds of it, the protagonist is wearing a certain outfit in a certain color, and the color has become the center of this controversy. Now, as far as I know, the last I checked, no color has been, trademarked or kind of like gate kept by any particular political or other organizations in our country. But somehow, this particular organization has taken precedence and taken true meaning in that one color, that they don't see the 12 or 13 other colors that come on screen on the same body, but they have reduced it down to this one monolithic saffron that they all worship. And now the saffron has become the context of a bikini and a very provocative, sort of erotic touch song. I would like to engage in an exercise where I'm going to try to make sense of this controversy. Is there any reasoning behind why these certain groups in Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, and UP have now decided to boycott, burn effigies, and sort of go all out to talk about this one 21-second clip or shots in this larger song? First, let's address the bikini. I feel like, yes, the song does have a very strong sexual innuendo touch, and it is a sexy song, and it has got two very fit, wonderful looking actors, Shah Rukh Khan and Deepika Padukone, in a very, extravagantly celebrating their bodies and their, sexuality kind of a song. But this is not the first time it's being done in Bollywood. My earliest memory of a bikini in Bollywood, which I'm sure there have been plenty before, but for me as a child, I remember Kareena Kapoor's 2008 Tashan, where she walked out in a very skimpy mint green bikini and came out of the water. And I don't remember people going this gung ho over boycotting that particular film. Or we have the endless lineups of the recent beautiful women like Sunny Leone, Nora Fatehi, all of these women who kind of play our so quote unquote item girls in Bollywood who dress absolutely as much as they, absolutely as free as they want to, as scantily as they want to, as beautiful as they want to. Now, none of these women has sparked the kind of rage that now this bikini being on the body of Deepika Padukone has sparked. Let me try and make sense of it. What I understand is Deepika Padukone is not considered in the larger list of the male gaze of India. Mrs. Padukone is not considered in the same list as Sunny Leone or Nora Fatehi or all of the other women that we see scantily clad on a daily basis. This gender role of being the sexual icon, of being the scantily clad item girl, is reserved for certain people and not for our beloved national kind of treasure Deepika Padukone. The second thing I'd like to refer to is the chemistry or the choreography between Shah Rukh Khan and Deepika Padukone's characters in this film. It is steamy, it is erotic, it is the gestures, the body language is extremely suggestive of, all things that can be considered vulgar or can be considered, I don't know, like against Indian culture according to the recent narrative. But I'd like to remind you again, this is not the first time this has happened. Certainly not the first time we're seeing two beautiful, people on screen making sexually suggestive gestures or body language in a dance. But it's not the first time that Shah Rukh Khan and Deepika Padukone are doing it either. They have done it before. They've been there, done that way long ago across multiple films, starting from Om Shanti Om, which was also around the time, when Kareena Kapoor's Bikini and all of that was out there. I'm not able to understand the rage. I'm not able to understand why something that has been done before so many times, that is now just reaching its natural progression into better quality, better music, better dance, better camera work, better editing. But the narrative has somehow shifted. We are so much more angered and raged and ready to pick up, sticks and fire to throw at these people for something they've done many, many times before. Coming to the third and central point of the argument placed forth by the right wing, which is the color, the saffron that they so beloved and worship and seemingly have, an unsaid trademark over. As an artist, as a painter, color is language, color is word, color is expression, and there is no reality where any one person. Now, this has been, it's a larger global conversation because we have had histories of artists trying to trademark their colors in the recent past. And of course, it has not been allowed because no color can be owned, no color can be gate kept because colors open up streams of meaning and streams of thought, maybe even more than words and language. Meanings are endless, they're abstract, they're expressive. So this color is not yours, dear right wing. This color does not belong to anybody. This color is universal. The color is to be used, by all creative practitioners, by all thinkers, by anyone who just bloody well wants to use the damn color. Here in question, for me, when I watched the video, the color registered as orange, or like a maybe like a I don't know, like a permanent orange in like a technical term. When I see the song, or when I saw the song 2 days ago, what I saw was a very attractive Shah Rukh Khan and a very attractive Deepika Padukone wearing extravagant, opulent, expensive, luxurious-looking clothes, dancing on the side of a beach in clearly some European country. I did not see a Muslim man holding a Hindu woman wearing saffron clothes. What does that mean? It means that the viewer can truly derive meaning or sense in whatever they're watching. If the right wing that are watching this song wants to derive this meaning and wants to look at it monolithically and be offended because they so desperately want to be offended all the time, then that's what's happening. And it's successfully happening because they're so clearly offended that they've pieced all the pieces together and created the perfect puzzle to make this 3-minute, 14-second song come right down to a very nasty political, conversation, which I really like. It is going completely over my head how something can be made out of nothing, and they've done it so beautifully. They've just made an entire controversy out of 21 seconds of, random shots of a song. What does this mean? What does this mean for freedom of expression? What does it mean for our right to make, our right to create, our right to think? And just to, what I really enjoy about the way that the controversy has panned out is the fact that both Shah Rukh Khan and, multiple other actors have come forth speaking about this and finally addressing it on a larger platform. Because this is not the first time it's happening, but it is the first time that you see someone like Amitabh Bachchan, who is, again, kind of the godfather of Bollywood cinema, speaking up. Because I think this is like the border of irrationality kind of crossing, right? We have reached heights of meaninglessness and attention-seeking behavior, specifically because the particular minister who brought this argument up first into light clearly seems to be someone who's desperate for attention. This is not the first time or the last time in the last 2 to 3 years where he has constantly come up being insulted, offended, and very upset by multiple things that he's seeing in visual media. The last thing I remember him being so offended by was the same-sex Karwa Chauth ad campaign that had happened. When does it stop, or when does it kind of become like this breaking point, where people who are politicians, people who are not part of the filmmaking space or the visual making space or the art space gets to have a say in how a creator wants to drive their visual narrative? It is over. I think, like, for me, this controversy right here is the end of me engaging definitely with such conversation, because it has really, like, we have crossed borders into absolute nonsensical argument making, and there's no point. How do you have a conversation with somebody who is trying very hard to be offended, to be defensive, to be insulted? The fifth thing that I really want to talk about is internet populism and internet conversation. It is monolithic. It is baseless half the time. It really does not come from a place where it looks at something or someone in a holistic manner and tries to understand it or unpack it on any sensible level. What it does is edit. What it does is chop, cut pieces of what forms their narrative the best, puts it together in order to make an argument. That is toxic. The toxicity of the internet, the toxicity of conversation that is driven by populist mentality, whether it be right wing, left wing, whatever wing. This idea of taking something and breaking it into something very minuscule and something very menial, and then looking at it from a singular perspective and then interpreting it, is something that feels, extremely kind of Neanderthal. Like, I think we've evolved way past that to be able to kind of go back and not look at the world as the globe that we now know it to be, and to look at it from a singular point of view. I don't know. It scares me as an artist. It scares me as a person who's engaging with social conversation, that this is where we're at, and that this year it has happened so many times that we're all exhausted to even talk about it. It's almost comical at this point. Of course, there is another controversy. Of course, they want to boycott Bollywood. Of course, we're not going to talk about the fact that it is Shah Rukh Khan's comeback after so many years, and as a Muslim man coming back who with so much power in a movie that is titled, named Pathan. Clearly, they are going to get offended, and they will find some way to make it a controversy and find some way to boycott it. What I want to say is, to quote Shah Rukh Khan from his speech at the Kolkata Film Festival, as long as we are all alive, as long as India is alive, it becomes each and every one of our responsibility to protect our right to speech, our freedom to express, our freedom to believe, our freedom to practice, our freedom to make, however we need to. And that is something I strongly believe in. And I feel like moments like this, where there's really a crack, a crack beyond rational thinking, a crack beyond sense, it is just happening. It is happening because it can happen. And that scares me. It scares me that since 2014, we live in an India where people can say whatever they want about whatever they want, and it can be made into something. And that's what I'll leave you with. This is something that it is extremely kind of scary and anxiety-inducing to talk about, because who knows, right? Who knows how this video will be received? Because if Deepika Padukone, poor thing, can't wear an orange bikini and dance, then how can, a nobody like me talk about something like this and not get in trouble for it? And that's what I'll leave you with, something to think about in terms of where are we going, how far can we go? And how did we come from Khajuraho and Kama Sutra to the point where a simple 21-second shot of a woman wearing a saffron bikini can become a saffron, quote-unquote, bikini, can become the point of a news controversy in 2022. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week with hopefully a film review. So thank you.